In this video, I'll be covering 10 myths regarding hospice. Hello and welcome. Today I want to sort out some common misconceptions about hospice. These misconceptions are causing a lot of unnecessary suffering in our society today. Each one of these false beliefs cause delays in enrollment, which leads to unnecessary and futile medical treatment, uncontrolled symptoms, and patient and family distress. Hi, I'm Dr. Vanessa Boyce. I'm the founder of Mindful Next Chapters, where we strive to provide you with information and resources to ensure that your golden years are in fact golden. Not only that, we also provide information and resources to help you prepare for your final chapter, ensuring that your physical care needs are met and that this is a time of reconciliation, peacefulness, and a celebration of a life well lived. We at Mindful Next Chapters also are quite aware that caregivers in our society are underappreciated and underserved, and we are trying hard to rectify that. If any of this information is something you are interested in, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so that you can be the first to know as we produce new videos. So let's jump into today's lesson. Myth number 1. Hospice is for the last days to weeks before death. In fact, hospice is for the last 6 months of life. This is a way for patients and families to have enough time to prepare for the death and to be supported by the professionals in the process. Enrollment allows the family to have emergency access to healthcare professionals, thus preventing admissions to the hospital, which results in futile and often painful treatments. Myth number 2. Enrollment in hospice prevents you from receiving care from other providers than the hospice providers. Here are the facts. Your primary or consulting doctor can be the physician of record for you while you are on hospice. Your hospice benefit within Medicare covers the care related to your terminal condition. You can still receive care for a diagnosis other than your terminal one. This is in addition to your hospice care. Myth number 3. Hospice stops all of your medications. Here are the facts. Upon enrollment, hospice reviews each of your medications with you. They will help you sort out which ones are covered by your hospice benefit, which are those that are related to your comfort or your terminal illness, and which will be covered by your insurance as it previously was. They will review with you what, if any, consequences could come from discontinuation of any of the medicine. They will help you look for ways of reducing your medication burden safely without worsening another condition. All medicine that is covered by hospice will be delivered to your home. Medications that are related to your terminal diagnosis that are life-prolonging will be taken on in a case-by-case basis by the hospice. Myth number 4. When you are in hospice, you do not receive any medical care. Here are the facts. You will get more care with hospice. This includes nurses, personal care aide, doctor, nurse practitioner, pharmacist, physical therapist, volunteers, chaplains, and social workers. You can receive traditional care for your non-hospice diagnosis, unless this care requires hospitalization. In this case, you would sign off of hospice during your hospitalization and can re-enroll upon discharge. Myth number 5. You can't go back to the hospital once you enroll in hospice. Here are the facts. It is true that returning to the hospital for life-prolonging treatments for your terminal illness is not encouraged while on hospice. In this situation, when you are discharged from the hospital team will reassess your goals of care. If you have sought life-prolonging treatment that was not symptom-driven, they may determine that your goals are not consistent with hospice philosophies, and they will deny your re-enrollment. At times, the hospice will suggest you disenroll in order to seek symptom management treatments that they are unable to provide. They would then re-enroll you once these are completed. They may also suggest you disenroll if you develop a worsening of one of your non-hospice diagnoses or a new problem, especially if either of these may hasten your death before your terminal illness would. Often this occurs when an infection requires IV antibiotics. Myth number 6, hospice providers provide 24/7 care in the home. The fact is, hospice provides nurses and home health aides in the home twice a week or more. The remainder of the patient's care would be provided by the family or private or state-hired caregivers. Myth number 7, when you enroll in hospice, they begin morphine in order to hasten your death. This is a tough one. I believe this belief comes from the all too common late enrollments. The patient's symptom burden usually escalates as their death is nearer. This means that a late enrollment with subsequent adequate treatment of symptoms often coincides with the patient's death. The morphine and the death have nothing to do with each other, but both are related to the patient's dying process. The next myth, hospice is only for cancer patients. The fact is, cancer is not the leading cause of death. The more common causes of death are chronic lung disease, heart failure, and dementia. Anyone with any terminal condition can receive hospice benefits. Next myth, you have to not want CPR to be in hospice. The fact is, you can continue to want resuscitation. If this resuscitation occurs, you will be disenrolled from hospice while you receive this type of treatment. Next myth, all hospices are the same. The fact is, while Medicare does have a minimum requirement that all hospice providers must adhere to, many are offering much more than the minimum Medicare requirements. Last but not least, and this is a big one, listen carefully. Most people trust their doctor to bring up hospice. The fact is that most doctors have not been adequately trained to predict your remaining life expectancy. As such, they are not likely to bring up hospice until you are in your last weeks. If you believe that your health is such that you might be hospice eligible, ask your doctor, would you be surprised if I was alive a year from now? If they say they would be surprised, they are likely to be right, and you should initiate the hospice discussion. Okay, I hope that this helps you understand hospice care more clearly. Don't let these false beliefs cause you or a loved one to not receive the benefits of hospice care in a timely fashion. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you, and God bless.